All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Ascension Diaries YouTube channel. My name is Alexis, and do I have some news for you? I literally wasn't expecting this, even though we already had crazy readings today on the Schumann resonance. I wanted to come on today and do a report like I've been doing. You guys know what I'm talking about. Let's center this a little bit. Because the Schumann resonance has been going off all day. We're in a crazy Schumann resonance experience, and it just died down, and I literally just loaded it and it hit a 110. Like, it's happening right now. So I'm going to upload this as quickly as I can so you guys can be aware. It is 8:07 p.m. on September 8th, 2018. It's pretty cool, pretty exciting. Just to give a little bit of a recap over the last few days, I've been noticing, at least yesterday, I met up with a lovely woman who's here, who grew up here where I grew up, and she's recently been called to come back. Her and I spent a lot of time yesterday upgrading each other and having a wonderful conversation. I was just pulled right up into, this multidimensional state where talking about basically the whole narrative of the whole planet and the whole drama that's going on, because it's pretty intense. And to talk to somebody else who's had all these individual downloads and then just be like, yeah, that's what I think too. And, we've all researched similar areas. We were all from YouTube, so we know where to find most of this info, and we collaborate and talk about what we sort of feel and whatever. And I'm adding, I particularly like to add the science to this whole thing and add some of the actual graphs and readings and collaborate with that. So I knew yesterday and the past couple of days that there was a shift that's been happening since Jupiter went direct in the house of Capricorn. I know I had crazy dreams that night. I think that was 2 days ago. I'll show you later in the show. I have it prompted. And I noticed there was a lot of stuff going on in the astrals, and I was tossing and turning all night. Woke up, my neck was thrown out. Everybody around, all my family members, Jace, his neck was out. Everybody's neck was out when they woke up that day. And then I had that whole day off, and then the next day I worked and then went out. So that was Friday. So I think Thursday was the day I'm talking about. So anyways, we had this meetup. Obviously, it was for a reason. Very powerful being I was meeting with. Really grateful that I met her, and I'm really happy to have her around. And I was like, something's going to be happening if this is what I'm being led to, because, I never meet these people by accident. And so, yeah, today we were in the Schumann resonance, and it was doing its thing all day, very strongly. And so I was feeling very heightened. I had an incredible 2 sessions with people today. I was very online. I was channeling a lot of awesome stuff for them. And I was really glad to do that, because when I'm highly online, it's, of course, it's makes me feel better about doing these sessions and having this exchange, because I can give them really as much as myself as I can. And, you can't do that every time, but I try. And that's what being a healer is like, And so today, really great day, really high magic, really good flow. I was like, something's going on. Somebody messages me like, hey, I lost the link to the site. I look online. It is just crazy. So I'm going to show you what's happening, and I'm going to, I'm sure talk about a couple other things, but scientifically there is a shift going on that I can see and show you. The sun is even looking nuts. So we're in some sort of shift right now. I can confidently say that I'm being, I feel good about saying that there is something going on, and I'm really glad, because a lot of us have been feeling it, and September's been an interesting, I'm watching it coming and being like, there's something coming in September. Everyone's talking about October, but September's sneaking into our lives. So Jace is going out on a road trip, and he's changed locations. A lot of people are doing a lot of shifting today. It's a Saturday, so there you go. But let's get into it, and I will show you what I'm talking about. So, scooch this over, and this is what I'm talking about. So let's look into this a little closer. So basically, around 4 in the morning Mountain Time, the blast went up to around a 60. So which is usually what I report on. Like when it gets into the 60, 70, 80 range, that's, pretty significant. We've had little activity the day before, and the day before that we've been having blips every day, but I haven't been reporting on it because I've been mostly channeling and doing work with people. And I'm trying to find a balance between doing this show and doing my channelings that you guys have been seeing, my diary entries, and then interviews. And it's just, I'm trying to figure it all out. But I know this is part of my job as a galactic and being like, yo, what's going on? There's Schumann resonance happening. And it's been happening all day. So the highest point that I saw that it reached, and I was going to tell you about, is 88. And so you can see the numbers here on the edge here. And it's reached 110. So it was like, oh, the day's over. Yay, everybody's chilling. This happened around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. And now that it is 8 o'clock, it had literally shot directly up to 110, an amplitude of 110. And this is translated in Russian. So is it amplitude? I'm not a physics person. This is what I'm being shown. The actual, the actual note, the tone, like the actual hertz, is 7.83. But that is actually also shifted. And during these blasts, it's blasting up to an 8.80. And I'm going to show you that. So when these really loud blasts come in, the actual ionosphere is changing shape. And there's like, I'm assuming it would have to expand for the wavelength to get wider, for the hertz level to go up. I think the ionosphere would have to expand, if I'm understanding that correctly. But why is the expansion, what does that mean? I don't know. But I'm just trying to tell you and show you, all of us mystical people out there, that there really is something going on. You can see it. And this is another visual representation of that. Look at this. Like, this is amazing. This is the kind of stuff why I get excited. And I started the show, and because this kind of stuff, these readings are what I live for. I just love them, because it's usually a really magical day when these energies are here. I notice that either people are really laid out because they are basically, their bodies are getting attuned, and they're going from 7.83 to 8.80 potentially can cause, you to be tired and out of sync, and your body, your rhythms, everything kind of gets messed up. My rhythms were getting messed up before this came in, and I've noticed that happens to me often. But when these energies come in, I'm like, I'm online, I'm happy. I had a friend come yesterday, kind of get me ready and get my vessel ready. We got each other ready. She seemed like she was having a decent day today, but these things all seem to happen for a reason. So yeah, we just had it's crazy to me. Like, I don't see this very often. And the last time I was seeing readings like this was in around March, when we had the last big round of ascension waves come in. So it's making me go, oh, interesting. September is a very interesting month. And I was thinking there was going to be a lot of stuff rolling in, and it seems like we just got into it just a week into the month, basically. And I'll show you again. This is what's actually really fascinating. And I know I'm nerding out. And you guys, astrology nerds, energy nerds, all of us have our own little niche. This is what I love. Like, I love watching these frequencies, because you're just like, wow, there really is something changing. And it's visible. This is what I'm talking about, the 7.83. This is, it's really hard for you to see this, but this is where it usually is averaging out right here. So it usually bounces around this line. And then all that energy was coming in, and it was like, boom, up to 8.8 all day, like just plowing back and forth between that frequency. Like, the actual ionosphere, according to this, is shifting and changing shape. And that can be due to pressure and whatever. Like, there is some sort of major movement, pull, push movement going on. And it's noticeable, and we're feeling it. And actually in South Africa, their readings in specific shot right through, like, just skyrocketed today. Well, I mean yesterday, but continuing to skyrocket. It is into today. Perfect. Oh, that's kind of funny. 11/11. California got 11/11. But yeah, you can see here the purple line I'm talking about, where it just goes boom, and it just shoots right up. And it's been very, very even, very, very steady, very, very like calm basically throughout the world pretty much this whole time. And there's an event going on, like something has happened, and this is shot right through the roof, and you can see it here too. Like, it's just all yellow. And so there's major light, something's happening. I want to show you a couple things with the sun too, which is really cool. And there was the video basically saying that there is a coronal hole moving right across Earth facing, but what's behind this coronal hole is crazy. And the sun also shot a filament off shot a filament off. But there's literally like this orb right here that just kind of shoots off with it. And it's so cool. Like, you know, that's a little bit of, you know, I'm maybe reaching a little bit. There was definitely an expulsion of a huge orb of energy. And, you know, the solar wind has been acting very strange. It's been up and down kind of waveform. When I saw this going on, I checked yesterday, something inside of me was like, there's something coming. Like, and I get these messages. I don't even know the science sometimes behind all this stuff. When I see these patterns, I'm just like, they're the signals for me. And so that's why I'm sharing it with you. And you can see here, this is the magnetic, the polarity, and it just kind of flopped. And we had really high stable activity. And the solar wind jumped to about 150 above average, not even, like 100 above average. Nothing crazy here. The x-rays have been really weird over the last couple days. I've been watching it, and all these lines are overlapping. Like, usually there's 4 colors here, but they're all overlapping each other. There's big portions of the solar wind stuff that's not even coming in on the graphs. The geomagnetics have been really steady and sturdy, saying basically that our geomagnetic field, the one that gets disrupted by the solar wind, it's been fine, but there's something going on. And the electron flux has been normal. So it's really odd, but I wanted to show you the sun. And this, so there's something very interesting going on here. This is the coronal hole I'm talking about. And now in the middle here, there's sunspots forming. And it just turns into this really bright spot right here. It just blossoms out of nowhere, which I have never seen. Again, it's crazy. And that's exactly Earth facing, he was saying. Like, that is the Earth facing disk. It just came out of nowhere and just kind of blossomed open. It's beautiful, honestly. I could watch it one more time with you. Just watch it. It's actually so cool. I've never seen it before. And it just whoop, like a flower. It's so neat. And that's very interesting to me. Again, these are sort of the things. Like, it's not exactly scientific, but it is, and it's just an interpretation. But for some reason, it gets me all excited. So, and I show you here, again, this is the spot I'm talking about. Significant. This is significant. I keep getting the message, this is significant. I've been getting lots of really clear messages the last 24 hours. It's been really nice to have that connection back, because it comes and it goes. Oh. And I just want it to stay, honestly. And it's, you know, when these energies come in, it's a lot easier for me. And I, you know, function at my higher capacity. My computer doesn't. There it goes. And there we go. Lightning's been totally normal, actually less than normal of what I'm seeing. The earthquakes have been, of course, intense. You know, they've been all over the planet. Just again, on every latitude, there's info going on. The place is shaken. All day long is happening. We're having earthquakes today. There is an expression out of energy going on from the planet. And the global consciousness today was really interesting too. When all of that Schumann resonance is coming in, we were actually having less network. We're having less interconnection between our collective consciousness, which is kind of interesting to me, at least according to this graph. But for the most part, you know, it's been in the green. But I would think it would be in the blue when these shifts are coming in, at least compared to my experience, where I'm feeling like I have more of a connection to, you know, my guidance and my intuition and things like that. But it seems like maybe that's because the collective consciousness is kind of getting buzzed, so I get my own privacy with myself, perhaps. Not really sure, but I'm going to keep that in mind for next time. I wanted to show you again that there is a big transitions coming in the astrology in the next couple days. Today is the 8th. There's 2 things happening tomorrow on the 9th. Saturn turned direct on the 6th is what I'm talking about. So turned direct, had a crazy dreams all night, woke up, sore neck. My electrical circuit was kind of messed up. It took me the time to recover. And then we have the new moon in the sign of Virgo on the 9th tomorrow, offering opportunities to take charge of your lives through organizing, editing, refining work, paying attention to your health. It's also a fertile and productive time. And what else was it saying? the new moon opposes Neptune, we may struggle with our expectations or perceptions of what's real and what may be an unrealizable dream. Its harmony with Jupiter and Pluto suggests that we can make things work for our benefit. So there is a big shift kind of happening astrologically. Obviously, new moons are always great. New moons are a way to sort of bring in and welcome what we want to manifest, and then the full moon sort of delivers that. So if how we feel about the moon, it just seems like this pattern actually seems to work, and I've been watching this pattern, so that might be significant too. But the moon's changing all the time. It's really not a big deal. Again, I just wanted to let you know I was able to update my website. With this job that I have now, I can afford these things, and also with the sessions I'm doing, I also been sort of having this message come in from, I'm seeing my clock says 7:47, my broken clock, and basically other readers and other people who do healing and healers who do this for a living were like, Alexis, you'd really need to value yourself and the services you provide. You're not going to be able to live off of the rates that you're giving. And I was like, okay, but I'm trying to make it available to others. But in the end, it's kind of like what you value yourself is what you receive. And so I'm sort of learning this lesson right now, and psychically, and how it sort of works with, making your universe with your mind. And so I decided that I was going to increase the pricing of my sessions. And if you would still like a session with me and you know about the old pricing and can tell me what the number was, so a lot of you do, then you can have it for that price. It's no big deal. But for some reason, it's like, if I want to keep going and I want to do this and I want to make this my full-time, or at least, even be able to afford potentially living somewhere other than my family's home. I love it here, but again, it's just, there's transitions. I'm young, I'm learning, I'm in the business. I don't really want to be in business, but I enjoy it in a way, and I'm trying to do it morally. I'm trying to do it authentically. I'm trying to share it with you. I'm trying to be, it's a process, and I know I'm growing. So anyways, I wanted to let you know that if you'd like a session with me, it's now 7777 instead of the previous number, just to see how that's going to work. I want to hear your thoughts about that too, about valuing yourself, for those of you who offer sessions too. And it's kind of, I'm trying to find a balance. I'm trying to be moral. I'm trying to have ethics. I don't want to do this to like exploit people or whatever. I'm trying to have a proper energetic balance so I can continue what I'm doing and also serve in healing and helping with correcting people. And I'm learning a lot more about energy work, and my abilities are increasing too. Like my experience and my abilities are increasing. I'm doing a lot more energy work with people and seeing their sort of, in my mind, I can see their body and see areas where they have like darkness, when those are the sort of areas that you kind of want to try and bring light to, and do all this stuff with colored light. And there's a lot of things about, also I'll be doing more sort of prayers and elicitations, being like, we're clearing this spot, we're doing this, we're doing that, and kind of having you work through meditative sort of energy work on that level too, because our minds are very powerful. And I've been having this work, and I may be getting into Akashic record stuff too, so I'm growing as a healer as well. So I don't know, I'm just rambling on about it because I kind of want to hear what you guys think. As we're all in this community together, you've seen a bunch of people who do this for a living too, and how it sort of works. And I really do value myself, and I want to be able to show that I value myself, but also that I'm not trying to be like exclusive and let money get in the way of healing and things like that. So it's weird. It's a weird situation. You know me, how I just kind of talk fully. I'm not hiding anything. I'm just here. I'm just Alexis. I'm just doing what I do. And I'm excited about the Schumann resonance for today. And so how about we pull a tarot card too? And we're trying to get the live streaming up here at the house and working for everybody. And so I can live stream this and do this more informally in a way, and have the comments, talk to you guys more. I'm really trying to get that running and going. But it's a process to convince other people to change their internet plan. It's kind of funny. So that's where I'm at on that. So let's do a card pull for what this energy is, and perhaps what it is here to help us with, And you know what? I'm going to use my other tarot deck, and I'm going to use the more traditional tarot deck. Again, as I'm saying, my guidance is getting pretty strong. I'm feeling more confident with it. It's really awesome. I had a really good day, and I'm really glad. I like when this energy comes in. So please, highest self, source, I would like to pull a card for today's energy. And there goes 2 cards. Oh, oh man. So we got the Tower card and we got the Magician card. So the Tower card and the Magician card, 2 very powerful cards. Thank you, source, highest self. Appreciate this. This is awesome. So for those of you unfamiliar with tarot, this is what the Tower card looks like. Whoop. This is the gilded tarot deck, so you guys have some sort of idea. Oh man, come on, focus. You got this. Oh yeah. So there's a naked guy falling from a tower, basically. Usually the Tower card comes up when it's like, hey, you've built something on an unsteady foundation, and now it is coming down. And there's a reason it's coming down, because and that's what the Magician's basically saying right after. The Magician card basically says you have all the tools. Look at all the stuff he has. Saying you have all the tools you need with your spirituality, resources, everything, anything. You've got mind, body, spirit, earth, wind, water, fire, like all of the elements. You have it all. You have what you need to rebuild. And so there seems to be, this is interesting. This energy is some sort of tower, and it's bringing it down. And it's amazing, because there's a lot of stuff in our society collectively that needs to be brought down. And it has to be brought down. And we have the tools collectively to be able to rebuild and make it, sustainable, ethical, strong, authentic, in the best interest of all, with the highest abilities and highest consciousness that we can. So this is a great reading. Really glad that I was able to do this for you guys, for this energy too. And if your life is going through this and you would like some help, let me know. You can email me, and you can book a session with me if you would like. I'm open to negotiation as always. I'm just trying to, live, I guess, and thrive is a better term. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, truly, I'm just trying to do the best that I can. And I'm not trying to pretend that I have it all together. The world is full of lies. Like, this is a big download I got today, is like basically everything is built on lies. Nothing is perfect. To be imperfect is to be human. And the imperfections are what, why we're here, and what we're here to sort of experience and learn. And there's so much learning that can be done on a soul level from all these imperfections. And we just live in a world where everything looks perfect. Nobody apologizes. Nobody's real with you. I'm saying nobody, but that's an exaggeration. That's an absolute word. So I won't use that, but I'm saying it's extremely common to see that there's people out there who literally don't own up to any of their flaws, or very few. And they lie, and they lie, and they lie, and they lie, and then they build up this whole tower of who they are and what the institution is, and they hire a bunch of people or whatever. And it's the age of Aquarius. It's the age of authenticity. Everything's coming down that is built on lies, which is a lot of stuff. And it's just going to keep happening. It's going to happen to the people around you. It's going to be happening to people in the limelight. Obviously, they're there for a reason, to show us this and prove this to us too. And we've all chosen our role in this grand play that we're in. And looks like this ascension wave's coming in and shaking some stuff up. So we're going to see what that means. And I'm excited to see what you went through and what you've been doing and how you've been doing. I haven't seen you in a couple days. I haven't done a report in a little while. I've been doing a lot of channeling and soul work and sessions with people and working at a grocery store. And it's just been so interesting to live this last few weeks. And it's not been too hard, not been too crazy. I've been going well. Things have been smoothing out. But that's when these waves are coming in, because it's like, good job, everybody. You are cleaning up after this round, and so here's another one. So we'll see what this brings. And we got each other. We're here. We're a family. It's the bird gang. When the birds come and visit you, we are the winged beasts. You are an angel. we are very powerful beings, and as a group we are very powerful, and just be there for each other, and it's going to be okay. Enjoy it. This is just a great time. It's great to know ahead of time that there's a shift going on, clearly, energetically, and I'm just happy to be the person to let you in on that info if you don't have the links or don't check it, or you're busy, being a mom or a dad or a son, a daughter, whatever you got to do. I'm here for you, and we're a team. So if you have anything that you need, let me know. Of course, let the people around you know. Don't just keep it to yourself. Take good care of yourself. Drink lots of water. Relax. Lay down. Take care of your spinal cord, basically. Like, when these electric things come in, it goes through our system. So if your back is sore, things like that, just lay down. Give yourself a break. It's okay. It's okay, because Alexa said the Schumann resonance is going off like crazy, and it's okay. There's a crazy sunspot facing our planet right now, and there's something happening, so it's okay. You're gonna make it through. Whatever it is that comes crumbling down, it's for the better. It's always for the better. So you got this. And Ascension Cheerleader is what they call me, what I call myself, so that's what I'm doing. You got this. It's going to be okay. It's going to be exciting, whatever's going on. So much love to you all. I'm really happy to share this energy with you. Of course, I really love doing these videos. I love having this community. It brings me a lot of joy, and I'm happy to do it, and I'm here to do it. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so by pledging to me on Patreon. You can find me at Alexis Buck, or you can just search the link below. Any sort of, any sponsorship, any amount is really helpful. Again, if you had missed the last video, I'm raising money basically to be able to travel and go place to place and activate other light workers, other starseeds, have these conversations, bring people up into their higher vibrations. I've done a big mission like this back in May. I'm planning on doing another one fairly soon, and they're going to keep coming. I want to be able to do this, more often. That's what we're all supposed to do, is coming together in the physical, especially during these big times. It really helps us advance faster and stay above the water while it's rushing over us and knocking down towers. So happy to be working on that dream and working on it with you. I've had lots of great responses. I'm really glad that you were all interested in getting similar downloads. It's part of this. This is a big deal, and I'm excited to see how it evolves. Okay, I think that's going to be it for me. I'm really glad that we did this. I love you very much. Happy to see you. I wish you the best weekend. If it goes nuts tomorrow, I'll try and do a video for us so we can all meet and talk about how our days were. So please, in the comments, I'd love to hear your responses. I always love to watch them. I do read them all. I know I'm starting to get overwhelmed by the amount of responses I'm getting on the Facebook page and the YouTube, and I don't respond, in full comments all the time, because I get literally hundreds of notifications, and it gets lost. Things get lost, and I feel bad because I'm just like, man, I'm trying to talk to these people, and it looks like I'm ignoring them, but I'm not trying to ignore you. I'm trying my best, and I'm got to keep going. Okay. Until next time, you guys, I love you, and you're gonna rock it. Goodbye, angels.